we're in. Are we in?
We are in. We are good, coach.
Good. What's the topic of the day?
So let's talk UFC Vegas 64.
Okay.
And let's talk about Tajir's fights. What was the plan and strategy going into that one?
For the Tahir fight. Okay. Well, we kind of had the cheat code, for that fight, being that Umar, gave us all the information we needed to be able to beat such a tough opponent. And it was called single leg. Coach, he's acceptable to single leg, and his ground is not as well as it should be. And we knew that from when Umar fought him. We said, hey, he's too dangerous on the feet potentially. Let's just take him down, make it easy. So Umar took him down, but Umar gave us the cheat code single leg. And if you watch the fight, Tahir shot in for a single leg, took him down, and the guy got back up a little bit, but he was on his back a little bit. He played a little possum, and he was taking some shots. He got back up. Tahir sunk in the guillotine, and there's all she wrote. It was a nice guillotine. I didn't
Yes.
see how he was going to get away with that. I was like, man, it's just a matter of time he's going to go out.
He was locked in, and that was it.
Yeah, it was locked, loaded, and ready to explode. I didn't see any way out for him. It's a tough out for the guy. I mean, and I thought personally, this is what I thought. Okay, I looked at the guy, I said, damn, he was pretty ripped when he fought Umar. He was pretty ripped. And I looked at him, I go, I know he's weak, man. He is weak from losing all that weight. I think that probably played a factor in the cheat code from Umar, plus the weight cut. And let's not forget about how good Tahir is. Tahir's really good. And he's improved drastically. In the back when I was working him out, and he was so strong. His jab, his right hand, it was strong, dude. And it's just the whole everything about him is good. Jumped to another level. Sometimes they tell you learn from your losses more than from your wins. Well, his last loss, he learned, and he he kind of motivated him. It put a spark in him, And this time around, when the referee came back in the back to talk to us, it was the same ref, and he Tahir said, "Coach, tell him that the last guy kept holding my glove, and I don't want that stuff to happen. I want him to be aware of that." So we talked to him. We said, "Hey, look, we want you to be aware. He is concerned because you refed last time and you didn't catch it." And I said to him, "Look, listen, I know 100% you're a good ref, and I know 100% you can't catch all the stuff, but we're just letting you know that those are some of the things that we need you to pay attention to, because those things are really, if it happens again to him and you don't catch it, he's going to be very, very upset. It's going to mess up his mindset. And then we're going to have issues. We're going to have issues." And I didn't want that. So I made sure I drove it home. And the ref was, man, he was a professional all the way through, understood everything, and appreciated us bringing it to his attention. He was very professional, and that's what he did. I mean, it was a good referee job. And the last time, it was as good as he could get with the knowledge of knowing that the guy was cheating. And then it wasn't until Tim Elliott said that, yeah, he purposely held the gloves. He purposely did that. He cheated. You ain't winning if he ain't cheating. The mentality he has is the wrong mentality to teach any of your fighters. And I'm not saying that his coach thought of that. I'm just saying that's the wrong mentality to have, because, to cheat to win, I'm sorry, but we're in the sport. I know it's a fight entertainment, but we are in the sport, and we should fight within the rules. We shouldn't, that's just like saying, okay, I'm going to poke the guy in the eye on purpose because I want to win this fight. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, the guy loses his eyesight. Or I'm going to kick the guy in the balls because I want to win this fight and I want to damage him. Next thing you know, the guy loses a nut or whatever. He's in the hospital for a while because you decided to cheat. I go, for me, I will never in my whole entire life let my fighter for one time ever think about cheating. It's acceptable. It's never acceptable. Never. It will never. Because if it was acceptable, I would just quit. I would never coach.
Right.
I would never coach if that's acceptable.
And everything's based on integrity, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it's you fight. You're not fighting for real. It's not real life or death. Real life or death, anything goes. But this is entertainment, sport. And we need to follow the guidelines that are given to us, and be a sportsman as much as we can.
Yeah. Were you surprised with Nate Maness jiu-jitsu? Because I know he was trying to throw the arm triangle up there a few times.
No, we knew he was decent, but we just knew Tahir was better, and basically I told him father's plan, don't forget father's plan. Keep your distance, don't be in range, because he has pretty good power. He's got decent boxing, so we kept the range. And look, I'm not saying Tahir, sorry. I'm not saying Tahir couldn't outbox him. Maybe we could have, but I thought that was a rougher fight, so why just go rough one, just take him down. And that's what Tahir did. That's what Umar and Islam Mabedov and I instructed him to do: take him down. Single leg.
Yep, and he stayed nice, calm, and composed the whole time, and just took his time with it. When he was ready,
yeah,
got that guillotine choke.
Yep. Perfect fight. Didn't get the $50,000 bonus, and we're practicing on that. But he's working on it.
He had perfect English when he was asking for the $50,000 bonus.
Yeah, you notice that? As long as his English got better, I'm like, I think maybe what I need to do with these guys is start practicing money. Hey, for $50, answer this question.
Yes.
I keep going to English lessons with these guys, and they are getting better. They're getting really better, and especially Umar. Umar looks forward to the coach doing interviews with him. Hey, Umar, we're gonna do an interview. Okay, coach, let's go. Yeah, and then Abu Bakr, of course, he is so damn funny. He's just a natural at that. He is really funny. Abu Bakr, so funny.
And he didn't even notice it. He just, says some things sometimes, and you're like, "What are you talking about?"
It's ridiculous. Yeah. You don't even know it. Yeah, he's just funny, man. He's just funny, and of course Usman, that guy, he's got charisma. He's very charismatic, and that guy's going to be a superstar, man. Big superstar. I mean, the world doesn't quite know him yet, but they will. They will, and the world's going to love this guy because he's charismatic, he's exciting, and he's young, and he's good looking. He's got a lot of the traits that everybody admires, and he's long, and he can grapple, and he can punch, he can take you down, he can do it all. He's the new Eagles MMA, Team Habib, Abdul Manap gym, prototype. That guy, you'll see 2-3 years from now, he's just gonna go through everybody.
And the thing is, he actually fights next Friday, right? So he fights next Friday for the belt against one of the Patrici brothers, right?
Yeah,
sorry, the Pitbull brothers.
Yeah, Patriki's fighting Patrici, and it should be a good scrap. I'm expecting to win a 5-round war, and I only say 5-round because I don't expect us to go 1 round, 2 round, 3 round. The mindset needs to be that we need to be in the game for 5 rounds. I don't want to be in the game for 2 rounds. Oh, we're gonna finish him. All of a sudden, we don't finish him. Then my mind thinks, oh man, we gotta go. Then all of a sudden, that oh man that I'm thinking about, something could have happened inside there. I need to pay attention. If people, fans or whatever, they watch me, I'm like all into what's going on. I'm not for 1 minute taking my mind off of what's going on with the engagement, because at one split second things could turn. I've been involved in the game too long to see your focus. If I look this way here, fight's over. That's why one of the reasons why I don't like the way they instructed the stop a fight with the MMA is you have to look at the doctor and have the doctor stop the fight. I don't like that, because once you looked at the doctor, things could change, and all of a sudden you tell the doctor stop the fight, but all of a sudden you see your fighter change it around and he's winning, and at that split second you change, could make a whole difference. So I like the idea with boxing. When you're looking, you grab the towel, you throw it in. You don't have to look at the doctor. They stop the fight. I think if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. I think they make that, so we can do that now too, right? In MMA, I think. Am I wrong?
I think I've seen it done once only, maybe about 1.5 years ago.
I've seen it.
MMA, just once. Yeah. I've never seen it any other time, and I think just once that I've seen it. I'll actually look it up right now.
Yeah, because I saw that, and I go, okay, that means that we were able to do it, because I didn't see him look at the ref. He just threw the towel in, and it was good. It was over. Yes. And I think we should all us coaches go into that routine, that forget the ref, forget the doc, throw the damn towel in, and then it's gonna cause this, it's gonna cause disruption. And yeah, okay, you stop the fight. Well, I want the fight to stop.
So I'm actually looking up right now, and they say that if a fighter's corner throws in the towel, it would result in a disqualification for their fighter.
See,
but I think I've seen it only once, so I'm not sure if the guy got
No,
Obviously, he got DQ'd.
no, he didn't. No, he didn't get DQ'd. The fighter, they stopped it.
And I think it was on Dana White's Contender Series.
Yes,
if I remember
yes,
right.
yes. They stopped it correctly. So see, that's the reason why that rule that you never see a fight get stopped, because it's too difficult for the corner to engage in the fight, in the cage, and also they have to look at the doc, and then it's too hard. Right. And what is the doc doing at that time? The doc may not even be looking at you, and you go, "Hey, doc, where the F are you? You know, look at the damn fight, or look at us, or look at, you know, you're supposed to be there to be able to stop the fight, to protect the fighter. We're relying on you. It's too difficult. This should be just throwing the towel, you know, not the fighter, the corner that throws the pocket, not disqualification. That's the reason why we see a lot of fighters take unnecessary damage. You've seen it. I've seen it.
First,
you know, yeah, I've seen it with DC. I've seen it with other guys that have to, oh man, we should, you know, for my side and the other side, on both sides. I've seen it when our guys damaging them too much. I've seen when they're damaging us too much. It's like one of those crazy situations, you know.
Throw your hands like, "Hey, ref, what's going on? You know, stop the fight already."
Like with DC, with John Jones, when he was at the very end there, when John let it go on, it was like, you know, that fight, Cain Velasquez got so upset. He got so upset because that fight continued that he wanted to beat up John McCarthy in the back.
Wow.
Yeah, he was so upset, and I don't blame Cain. But you know, John is a great ref. Don't get me wrong, but he screwed up on that one. You know, and Cain just said to him, "Dude, man, you let that go on too long."
Too long.
And John was trying to explain to him, but DC, but you know, I'm sorry, but Cain wasn't having none of that. Cain was like, you know, I was like, "What's wrong?" Cain goes, you know what's going on. I said, "Yeah, I know, but what are you gonna do?"
Do you think John just kind of gave him, I don't want to say, but more of a chance, knowing that he's a champion and knowing that he's resilient, and you know, just giving him a little more time to recover? Well, not want to say recover, but a little more time because of the championship fight and the caliber of fighter DC is? Or you think it was just too much?
For me, it was too much. Too much. John Jones is a great finisher, and I just think you got to know your opponents too. And I just think I definitely think it was too much. I'm not gonna try to go, oh well, no. I'm on Cain's side on that one. It's like I should have been stopped, and you know, like I said, because of the rules, how we have to do this and do that. That's just a stupid rule. I wish they would change it, because I think it would make corners be more efficient rather than corners getting blasted for, you know, how many times have we heard, oh, the corner, they let this. Well, you know, try being in that corner and try and having to follow the rules the way they state, just like what you said right now. They're very difficult to follow. If the towel just gets thrown in, you're looking straight in, done. But if you have to look at the doc to tell the doc stop it, what if the doc, like I said, is not even looking your way?
Not even looking. It's totally somewhere else.
How do you know where? Yeah, how do you know where?
The opposite side of the cage.
Yeah. And by that time, you look at the ref, the doc. I'm sorry, not the ref, the doc. You look at the doc, and your fighter got even more hurt. Yes. You know what? You know, so you know, time is of the essence here. You can't be screwing around, throwing the towel. Stop it. That's what I think. But again, that's just my opinion. I've had that opinion since the very beginning, and I'm sharing my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. You have to protect your fighter at all costs.
Yes.
You know, those split seconds when you're looking at the doctor and the doctor then signals to the ref to stop the fight. I mean, you can easily take 6-7 blows more than you need to.
Easily. And then one of those could be fatal. Yeah. It could be. You know, we haven't had a death yet in the UFC.
Thank God.
But you know what? That's not saying it can't happen. I hope it never happens.
No,
they do such a great job, you know, in the sport. The beautiful thing about the UFC is the fighter can quit himself.
Yes.
You know, and I like that. You can tap, you can do this. So I think those are some of the reasons why things are good. And there's no standing 8 count. And I agree with that one 100%. Because if you got knocked down and they're doing a standing 8 count,
you don't even know what's going on.
You don't know what's going on. You got your brain wobbled. And then you come back and you get wobbled again. I think that's why you see a lot of boxers, they slur their speech, they're a little slow, and you don't see MMA guys have too much of that unless they've taken a lot of trauma to the head. There is some MMA fighters that have that, but not as many as the boxers that are out there. Yeah, because the boxing take more trauma to the head because they have 10-ounce gloves, okay, and they're getting repeatedly over and over again. You can't take that amount of punishment in MMA. I'm sorry. With those little gloves, you get hit in the head that much time? No way. No, it's going to do a major brain damage. So, and also the fact that you grapple too is not doing brain damage as much, you know. So you're grappling, you know. So I think MMA is a safer brain sport, you know, and I think all the way around, I think, you know, it's safer because how many deaths have been in the UFC? How many deaths have been in boxing, even football, and you know, brain injuries are a big part of deaths in the sport, you know, and the football and boxing are to me two of the biggest winners on you know, because the helmets they that's why they stop you from spiking now with your helmet, right?
Yeah.
They don't need that anymore because that's very dangerous, you know. And I'm in agreement with that. You know, it's a sport. You know, let's not, you know, turn this into gladiators where it's death do you, you know, to death do you part. You know, it's like no,
Yeah.
it's not death do you part like they're married.
And that's why also the NFL invested, I think, millions and millions of dollars in new helmet technology, right, to protect the athlete. And I think
Yeah.
now, if I remember right, I read something where they even have like some sensors inside of the helmets that will relay back to the coaching staff, like, hey, this guy, you know, took a hard hit. You might want to check on the gentleman and make sure he's all right.
Yeah, see, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's caring about your athletes. I like that because there's a lot of trauma there, and you've been there. You've seen it in the news where you have all these fighters. I'm sorry, all these football players with these, you know, these brain
CTE.
injuries that have caused them. Like, what's the famous one that killed himself from San Diego Chargers? Junior Seau.
Junior Seau.
Yeah,
Junior Seau.
yeah. And then the other one, the other guy that in prison got killed. He held that guy for ransom. Was Hernandez?
Oh yes, yes, Aaron Hernandez.
Hernandez.
And I think there was a WWE guy too that had CTE, and I think he murdered his family. Same deal.
Yes.
When they did a study of his brain, that his brain was just gone, completely damaged.
Yeah. And that brain is scientific, man. It's true. It's true. That brain damage, how they read the brain, is scientific. But you can't look. One thing you can't do is you can't challenge science. You can't.
No,
If
there's
it's
no way.
proven, you can't challenge it. Oh, there's a technical. No, it's science. That's the way it is.
Hard facts and evidence.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all
like
it is.
DNA, man. It's DNA. It's like it is you. It is you. You know what I mean? How can you question DNA? It's you. Well, science, the same thing. If it's proof, it's science. You can't disprove it.
Yep.
Cannot.
Coach, did you get a chance to watch any of the fights? The UFC fights?
No.
Oh my
no,
gosh.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. We get in there and there was fights going on, but I was too preoccupied, so I didn't get to watch. I saw some finishing with the girls, one punch finish, but I didn't really get to watch it, and because they boot us out, and at the Apex, once our fight is done, they take our bags, they put them on because this is the COVID situation, so they boot us out. So I didn't get to really watch, you know. So no, so you can talk about the fights that I didn't really see it.
Well, I was going to ask you about that Shaylin. I can't pronounce this guy's last name. Nurmagomedov. I'm not even going to pronounce it. And Derek Minner fight. And the reason I was going to bring that up is because we talked last week about the knee injury, and guess Derek Minner, once again, within I think a minute of the first round, suffered a knee injury. And my question to you is, why are these knee injuries becoming so common now? Why do you think?
I don't know. I would have to think bad luck.
Bad luck?
You know, could be bad luck, or could be. I just think luck.
That's it.
Just think this. There's no. They're doing this wrong. They're doing that. No, it's just luck. It's just the guy either had a bad knee, fought with a bad knee because he needed the money, or he just got bad luck and he just landed wrong. You know, I mean, I've seen that happen. You know, so that's the only thing I can think of. I don't think there's any kind of training that's going to prevent that.
Yeah, it was weird. Minner threw a body kick, and then as soon as he came down, something happened, and you can see him grab the knee, like, oh, something's wrong. And then he threw another body kick right away, and after that, that was it.
Yeah.
And it seemed like the toes just caught the body, and that was it. So I was like, oh man, tough break for the guy. You know, you don't want to see anybody get hurt or somebody on a weird situation like that.
Of course, never. You never want to see that. You want to see a victory become a real victory. And
exactly.
And the thing is, too, you know, this is the thing as a fighter, when you win anyway, guess what? You win anyway. You know, at that particular time it happens. A fighter that won due to the other person doing something like that, a general huge rush goes right through you. Then after the fact, you feel bad. But at that time it happens, his opponent was probably jumping up for joy.
Exactly.
I won. And then it settles down. The adrenaline comes down. Then he starts thinking about, man, I was robbed of the victory the way it needed to be.
I don't want to win like that.
Or I don't. Yeah, I definitely don't want to win like that. I want a real challenge. Like, look what happened with Aljamain Sterling. You know, he was in a bad situation. He was not doing too well. He took that illegal knee. It jeopardized him that much more. He did the right move by saying, hey, man, I'm jeopardized. I know my neck's jacked up. I got kneed illegally. Now I'm even more damaged. No. So he took his thing. He took a lot of heat.
Yes.
You know, from people thinking he was this, he was that. But he did it the right way. He comes back. He proved he was the real deal. He come back and, hey, he won. He won the second fight. That was proof in the pudding that you can be smart and win a title, and people can feel you didn't really win it, but then you can come back and prove you actually are the champ. And Aljamain actually proved I'm the real champ, because he did win that second fight.
The second one he did. Yep.
He
took a lot of flack. I mean, for the whole knee situation.
Yeah.
A lot of flack, and then he was out for like a year just recovering.
Yeah.
And at first it seemed like he in my opinion, like he felt bad, but then he kind of embraced it, like, yeah, okay, it was illegal and I took it. But yeah, it's just a weird situation.
But he also had a bad neck. Remember, he was saying, I went into that fight, you know, injured with a bad neck. I couldn't train properly. So everything he said was true, in my opinion, based on his performance. He said, blah, 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 blah. He comes back and he does exactly what he said he's going to do. And he said, you know, he did great. You know, he did great.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think about the upcoming UFC 281 fight card? So you have Israel Adesanya. Yes.
Yeah, I like that fight. I was very interested in that fight only because you know, they fought 2 times before, and both times in kickboxing, and both times Alex won. I saw one of the fights, and Adesanya was he was controlling the fight. Better technician was Adesanya, but Alex is aggressive, and he's got one hell of a left hook, powerful left hook, and he come in. I thought he was losing the fight. He comes in, never gave up, come in, hit him with that left hook, boom, there goes out. Izzy was out. You know, that guy's got a monster left hook. And what I'm wondering is, are we going to see any kind of grappling? Is there going to be an effort there? Or are they just going to do a kickboxing thing with a little fake? I'm going to fake to take you down. But are they really going to take each other down or try? I'm curious to see how they're going to do it. I don't know if it's going to be a straight kickboxing match, because the smart money says, you know, Alex is not used to the ground as much. You know, you know, why give him an opportunity? Why let's test him on
take him down.
Let's test him. This is a chess game. So what the coaches are thinking over there, I don't know. But you know, let's face it. You know, Alex has got good corner, and so you know, the champ. You know, they got 2 champions. You know, Volkanovski, and they got Adesanya, so they know what they're doing. So they're obviously going to have the right game plan. You know, and well, yet to see. You know, I'm thinking, you know, it's going to be mostly stand up. I would say 75 to 95% stand up. That's what I say. I'm predicting 75 to 95% stand up, and I think the best option for Izzy would be to do the 70%. You know, focus more on taking him down and test them there, because I don't think Alex has been tested there. I think everybody that wants to do stuff with him wants to take him down, but I think he's difficult to take down because he's such a fierce striker. You know, and I kind of knew his last opponent. I kind of felt that he doesn't take nobody down. I'm thinking, man, you don't try to take Alex down. That's not a good move for you. He's too good of a striker. They got precision striking. You don't let a precision striker like that stay in the game that long, because he'll set you up. And before you know it, you think you're doing good, then you're not, and you're out in your butt. You're going, what happened? Well, what happened is you let the professional that has more experience than you in this particular area take advantage of your situation. So you need to find what's the weak link on this guy. Well, it's, you know, Alex Pereira, it's not stand-up. His stand-up isn't weak compared to almost any MMA fighter. You know, Izzy might be the only guy in the middleweight division that's equal, if not above him in the striking. At least precision striking, he is better. But power, I don't think he has more power than Pereira. Pereira has more power. He's the powerful guy. And also, keep in mind, I think he comes down for an incredible amount of weight, 220 or something like that. He's a big dude, man.
Pereira, yes.
Big dude. Yeah.
I think he was walking around at 225, 220, like you said.
Yeah, I saw him. I said, holy shit. He is a big dude. So that's a big advantage, because he's able to maintain it. He's been doing it. So remember, he's been fighting kickboxing for all those fights. So 185, he's been doing for a long time.
Yep, he has it down to a science already on how to cut down, how to perform to the best of his ability at that weight, and not have to worry about the cut. He's solid.
No, he's solid. So if you tell somebody, oh, he's got all that weight to cut, he's in trouble. No, dude, he's been doing it. No, he's not gonna have problems.
So I was on Twitter earlier today, and I saw something, and I kind of want to bring to your attention. Do you think that Alex Pereira, right off the bat, deserves the title shot against Israel? And the reason I ask you this is because a lot of people were giving Islam flack when he was getting his title shot, saying that he didn't fight anybody and he still has to prove himself, and that Alex is just thrown right into the mix for a title shot.
Well, a lot of the main guys in the in the lightweight division and above were criticizing Islam and saying this, saying that, and some of them themselves, they got opportunities, granted to them when they weren't deserving. So hey, whatever, whoever wants to talk, you create news, you create interest, no problem. But one thing for sure, nobody was chirping at the end, were they? All the chirpers stopped chirping. All the people thought he was overhyped. He was over this. Now what? Now he's in the pound for pound category after one dominant win like that. Now everybody's talking about him. Now, how come they're doing that? I don't think that's justified either. Though I think he will be in that discussion very soon with more dominant wins like that. But he went from he hasn't fought anybody to well, he is now everybody's talking about, like, they were, because Habib and I have been hyping him up like this for a long time. From the start, we've been talking, he's the next champ, blah, blah, blah. I've been saying that, Habib's been saying that, and they're saying, oh, Habib's just trying to promote him. Yes, that's true. Habib was trying to promote him. But I wasn't trying to promote him. I was just telling the truth, and what I felt. And I don't do that about everybody, but when I say something about somebody, it has always come true when I talk about guys like this. It's always come true so far, and I said it about Islam, came through. I said it about Habib. I said it about Kane. I said it about DC, Luke Rockhold, all of these guys, Frank Shamrock. I've said it about all these guys, and they've all come through more. I've said it about more, but I'm just talking those in particular. And I'm telling you guys, Usman, his cousin is going to win that lightweight title for Bellator. He's going to win that title, and he's going to be a superstar. You watch and see how this kid performs. He's going to be a superstar. And Umar, he's going to win too. He's going to win, and he's going to win the bantamweight division in the UFC. He's the heir to that crown right now. If anybody that wants to give Umar an opportunity to fight, we'll take it. Doesn't matter. This is the one thing about Habib's crew, okay? They don't choose their opponents. They're not bickering. Whatever the UFC can put together, they're going to fight. They're not going to say, no, we don't want that fight. No, let's go, brother. Take it. You want this fight? We'll take it. We're not going to be, involved in, oh, we don't want this fight. No, it's like, Habib and I discussed, Umar can fight anybody. We don't care. We just want him to fight. Whoever is deserving of an opportunity, he is. But whoever wants to step up to the plate against him, they should. And if Aljamain is going to take some time off, I think I saw Sean O'Malley's talking about him and Chito Vera should fight for the interim title. I think that's a fantastic idea. I think that's a great idea. I think if that is the case, to not hold up the division, and since O'Malley had that performance where he actually fought really well, I didn't think he won that fight, but he fought extremely well, and he can come back and show people a much more improved, and also get his avenge his loss against Chito, which he doesn't consider it a loss. But hey, listen, this is my opinion. Okay, Chito went for that leg. Okay, he went for the calf. He went for the low calf kick. He went for it. So you can't say that it wasn't a win, because he intentionally went to make that strike happen. That's like saying, okay, I threw that right hand but I happened to land it on the money, and you don't count that as a win. Well, wait a minute, I threw that I threw that with intent to land.
Exactly.
You know, and okay, you as a fighter may not say it doesn't count, but we as fans, and I'm a fan, dude,
Counts.
that was intent. His intent was to hurt your leg. Damage is done.
So how do you see the rematch going?
I see the rematch being fantastic because you know one thing about Chito Vera is that guy. He's like he's a warrior, man. He's
100%.
like a Terminator. He'll come out. He'll do this. He'll do that. I thought when he fought Rob Font that I thought he was going to actually get the worst of it, you know. And man, I was wrong, 100% wrong. No, Chito Vera, you count him out. Good luck on that one. So I think that's a great fight. I think that's a fight they should make. You know, but we'll see. The UFC controls everything they're doing. They know what they're doing. They know who they can do this, who they can do that with. They have their budget, and they work within their budget because that's the thing a lot of people don't understand. There's a budget in place. They have a certain amount of money they can spend on certain shows or certain fighters, and they have to stick to it because if they don't, the company goes belly up. Now, yes, I know the UFC makes a ton of money, 100%. 100% makes a ton of money, but they spent a ton of money to get it going. So they're looking at like we're gonna keep doing this until we're not allowed to. And think about this, you know, if you look at all the shows out there, right? You look at boxing events and you look at the pay scale, you will find that the UFC pays more, and you will find another thing too that's be very surprising and even shock you. Bellator is neck to neck with them, if not more in some particular fighters.
I've seen
overall not, but if you look neck to neck, Bellator pays great.
They're seen it
great. Yes, they pay.
I've seen
great.
actual fighter pay stubs, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yes,
they do well.
Bellator pays. So for all those fighters out there that thinking the UFC is the only show in town that pays good money, no, they may have the bigger name, but they're not the ones that pay all the biggest money. Some UFC fighters that went over to Bellator are making a hell of a lot more money in Bellator. Corey Anderson, you know, he's one very vocal person about that. You know, a few other ones. So Bellator, you guys, you fighters out there, young fighters, up and coming fighters, they want to be in a big show. But you want to support your family. You need to support your family more than you want to be in the big show. Don't look at Bellator as a stepping stone. Look at Bellator as the bigger option, because you will find Bellator pays great money. And if you're a star, you're a millionaire there too.
Yep. Of course, it's all based on performance, but those guys shell out some good money.
They sell us some good money, but the biggest money is pay-per-view, and that's the one thing Bellator does not get involved in, is the pay-per-view. So when it comes to pay-per-view, that's where they're going to have to Bellator at one point will have to step it up, and I think they will. Who knows when? I don't know when, but for right now, pay for pay. It's like apples and oranges. They pay well, even though I said and I meant UFC in regards to like a lot of the boxing events, because everybody says, "Oh, boxers." No. Only the pay-per-view boxers make good money. Look at the other guys; they're not. UFC fighters make way more than a lot of the boxers, except the the main pay-per-view guys. Pay-per-view guys make more, but on the undercard, no. Like what Jake Paul. Remember, he says that, hey, you guys got to pay these fighters more. I think they need to be a little bit more clarifying what they're talking about, because if they're talking about paying the fighters, because the UFC actually pays the fighters really well, it's the main eventers like the Ngannous and the Jake Pauls that have that kind of eyeballs to the screen. Those are the kind of guys. But you know what? That's where the talking should be done behind closed doors. You understand? Behind closed doors. Let your agent or you talk to the UFC or Bellator or whoever behind closed doors. Don't air your shit out in the laundry, because in some ways it's just I don't think it's the right way to go about doing it, and it's not going to get them to budge and help you out if you're blasting your boss. I mean, they're your boss.
Of course, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Your boss. They're your employee.
They're your boss.
Your employer,
so you're out there publicly calling your boss stingy, and then you're trying to go to your boss to negotiate a better deal, and your boss is going, "Hey, man, why are we going to work with you? You're talking crap about us. You're saying we don't pay. You know what? They're going to try to get away with paying you as little as possible. But now, if you go behind doors, you don't talk to nobody. You just discuss your thing with them as a professional. Do it the right way. You'll get a deal done. You do that with Scott Coker, you'll get a deal done. But you go blasting them, and then you think that you're going to get. No, they'll hold you out in court. They'll do this. Where's Ngannou at now? Really, realistically, where's he at now? Where's he?
Well, he's hurt right now. He's hurt right now.
He's hurt right now. But
that,
how long has it been since he's fought?
6-7 months, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, he's been hurt all that time.
Yeah, he did a knee surgery. I think he did a reconstruction of knee surgery.
Okay, so he's hurt all that time.
Yeah,
okay.
His time away was supposed to
be. Are you sure
he
has? I don't recall him fighting this year. Did he fight this year? Yes,
at the beginning of the year.
Gone.
Gone.
Yeah. You're right. So he's been out because of injuries and stuff. Yeah. Okay, but what I'm saying is, not Ngannou. Ngannou's a class act, but his manager let the dirty laundry out. He put dirty laundry out there. And look, I'm not discrediting the manager, but I think the manager should have kept it,
under wraps.
I don't think he should have under wraps and deal professionally more, not let his feelings get involved with the job he has to do for Ngannou. Because Ngannou is, I mean, he's a gentleman and he's
such a nice guy.
He is a nice guy, and I don't know if that hurt him or not. I have no idea. But do what you got to do, but do it behind closed doors. I think that's just my personal opinion, and I'm not in management of that capacity, so I don't really know what it's like dealing with the high level people. I've done a little bit, and actually started a management deal with Ron Kessler, my head jiu-jitsu coach here for the AK. He's the head coach now for Team AKA because
congratulations, coach.
Yeah. Ron Kessler's the head coach. And because I needed someone to be here while I'm traveling, doing my Abu Dhabi trips and whatnot, Dagestan, so I had to get somebody that was the right person. And Ron Kessler is 100% the right guy, and everybody loves Ron. He's very experienced. He was a fighter, grew up through the ranks with us. He got his black belt. He's really good jiu-jitsu.
He's such a nice guy too.
Nice guy, very very calm, very relaxed. So, anyways,
and a killer.
He's a killer. Yeah, he can do business. But yeah, so like I was saying, go out and get your money is what I say. But if you can ask for a raise, close the door, go into your boss and say, hey, let's discuss this, let's discuss that, they're never going to see eye to eye with your boss because they never want to give you a raise. No. They're never going to want to give you a raise. They're always going to fight with you. But if you're going to advertise, keep it to a minimum. Keep it to a minimum. Don't blast too much. Air out little things like certain things that have been said. Like Islam Makhachev saying, "Hey, I don't choose my opponents. Like whoever they choose, let's go wherever. Give me a fight." And that's fine. Those are things you should do.
Yeah.
I'll go fight. I'm not choosing who I'm fighting. As far as something else, okay, there's maybe payments or whatever, then that could be held up. But as far as who you want to fight, I'll fight.
Yep. Now let me ask you a question real quick. Do you think, or what is your thoughts on Bellator versus Rizin?
I think that's fantastic.
Yes.
I think it's exciting. I think that people are going to love it. And there's going to be some inner working thing there because you got to figure you got my fight best against your fight best. And they're all going to want the upper hand. They're all going to want the upper hand. So there's going to be a lot of interchanging. I think there's going to be a lot of, what if this person gets injured? What if that person? What if, I want to match. Nobody wants to lose. Bellator doesn't want to lose. And Rizin doesn't want to lose. So there's going to be a challenge there. And let's see, let's see what happens. I seen AJ McKee's one of them. Yes. Not Patricio. Patricio Pitbull, the champ, the double champ. He's the other one. The guy that beat Enrique Barzola, what's his name? Juan Archuleta.
Archuleta. There you go.
Yeah, Archuleta. And who's the other fourth one? The fifth one is going to be our guy Gaji Habib.
Gaji's in there.
Gaji's in there.
Nice.
Gaji's going to be in there. He's fighting. That should be fun. It's going to be Habib's going to be his first time to Japan. He's looking forward to going. Scott Coker says I have to go. I'm gonna try to figure that one out when that time comes. But he goes, "You got to go to Japan." I'm like,
"Go, coach. Go in spirit. Go into experience."
Japan's a very cultural country, and there's so much culture there with the samurai
Have
and
you
everything.
been?
Yes, I've been to Japan.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
so
I love
crowded,
it.
you know.
I love it.
There is so much culture there. I mean, there's history, like unbelievable history, and I've never took advantage of it, to be honest with you. So if I end up going, I'm going to take advantage of it this time, and go through the whole everything. And the bullet train, riding in the bullet train was actually pretty cool. I think 200 miles an hour.
Hmm.
It's crazy. So, yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun if I end up going.
I think it would be cool if they put up a big pot, right? And the losing organization pays the winning organization that pot, a large sum of money, and then a nice belt for bragging
That'd be cool.
rights.
That bragging rights, right? Yeah, that'd be cool. Hey, I don't know. Maybe Coker tomorrow. Maybe we
Five
can
mil.
suggest that.
Do a
Yeah.
5 mil pot that the fighters can split up between themselves, and the losing organization pays the the winning organization.
Oh, I'm kind of sleepy, but yeah, that sounds really cool. I don't know if they'll bite on that, but who knows?
It would be cool. One
Yeah.
last thing, Cage Warriors. We have coming up, I think, this week as well, Cage Warriors, and you have Chuck Campbell fighting. Anything on Chuck that you want to discuss real quick?
Well, Chuck's just happy-go-lucky Chuck. I mean, he'll fight anybody. He wants to travel. He's a very good fighter. He's a little, I think he's 4-1, something like that, 5-1, 4-1.
Somewhere around there.
And yeah, but he's a good fighter, man. I always screw around with Chuck. He's got a great personality. He's fun to play
Such a
with.
nice guy too.
Such a nice guy, and he should be a model.
Nice, yeah. The guy's just ripped. What, 6'2"?
He's good looking.
6'3", just
got
ripped.
the height. He's got all the symmetry of a model, and he can do a lot of work if you model. But he's a very successful businessman also. He's got a few gyms and private trainers. Got a bunch of people working under him. So he's a very successful businessman.
Okay, so if you guys want to check out Chuck Campbell's fight, aka Fighter, it's going to be at Cage Warriors 146, November 12th. He's fighting out of Manchester, UK. He's going up against Andrew Clamp, so it should be a good fight. All right, Coach, thank you for your time. I know we went a little bit over our time frame usually, but I just want to say thank you very much. And everybody go ahead and tune in. We'll be here again next week. And of course, we're still looking for sponsors. If anybody wants to sponsor, leave us a message below, and we'll get. If anyone wants to sponsor,
Brian,
man,
relax.
Okay,
Brian, relax.
All right.
You should put this in.
Yes, the bloopers. Bloop.
What the bloopers? Hey, Brian bloopers. You should create Brian bloopers. Hob and Brian bloopers. And put them in. You should do our bloopers.
We'll do that. Not? Just throw it out there. We'll put it as a story. Yeah.
That just shows you it's not that easy to when you think about having to say certain things. That's why when people try to tell me, Hob, can you say this?
You're like,
shit. God. And just when you're being natural, you're being yourself, you stay relaxed, it comes out what you want to say.
There you
go. Brian, relax.
Relax. Wusa.
Whatever you gotta say, just say it. It'll flow that much better. Like say, hey, you guys, we need sponsors. We're a brand new show starting out. And if you guys have any idea or you know anybody or you want to sponsor us because you think we're going to go to the top, drop us a line. How's that?
You know what I did there, right?
Yeah, you just took it.
I just tricked you into doing it. I don't even have to do it anymore.
Yeah, you don't have to do it no more. We're good. Just do it like that.
That's it.
See? Now you're getting good. See? You're getting smart. And that's what people want to see. They want to see us be natural, say our thing. And I guarantee you on this show, it's better than the first one we did. This is much better. And it's getting better as we do this. The more we get used to it, the more you'll get to lead, the more I'll learn to shut up and let you talk. You'll learn to feed me words. I'll learn to feed you, et cetera, et cetera. You'll notice the difference between this one and the next one. And ask the fans, what do they think? How do you rate this one compared to our last one? And I guarantee you, they're going to say they enjoyed this one better because there was more thought process and put more information was given on this one than the first one. And that's what they're looking for, information. They're looking for good stories, good information, a good vibe, you know. And I think that this one delivered more than the first one. But leave this in there. Say, hey, what do you guys think? Was this one better than the last one? And if I'm wrong, then maybe we'll go back to the other one. But I don't think I'm wrong. I think that this one is better.
This one flowed a little better. I think so.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Thank you, Coach, once again for your time.
Right,
I know you're a busy guy. We really appreciate you being on, and of course, we'll try to give you or try to give the fans another update either Thursday if you can, maybe, because I know you have a fight coming up with Usman, or if not, definitely Sunday if possible.
Sunday, okay, done.
Sunday for Monday.
Yeah, Sunday for Monday.
All right, Coach. Have a good night.
Bye.